Welcome to Montenegro. Shaped by rugged mountains and a long journey toward independence, Montenegro's story is one of resilience. From the ancient Illyrians to the Byzantines and Ottomans, this land has seen many cultures come and go, each leaving their mark. The result is a unique blend of Slavic, Venetian, and Ottoman influences that make this country feel unlike anywhere else. Join us as we explore Montenegro's well-preserved villages, dramatic coastlines, and majestic mountains, uncovering what makes this small yet fascinating country an unforgettable part of our world. On the Adriatic coast of the country, the peninsula of Lustica is renowned for its olive oil production, one of the country's oldest traditions. As it is home to groves of centuries-old olive trees, there are even some olive mills that still use ancient techniques to produce their olive oil. Built along the coast there is Lustica Bay, a modern and sustainable development that combines luxury with environmental sensitivity. The bay was also created with a strong focus on sustainable architecture. As its developers work to minimize environmental impact by using local materials to create green spaces and protect the natural environment. The development includes scenic walking paths that connect the different parts of the bay. The marina has 176 berths, making it a popular destination for yachters who enjoy exploring Montenegro's coast. In the bay, there is the Sea Lighthouse, a beautiful and functional landmark built to reflect Mediterranean architectural styles. It is characterized by stone masonry, a soft, warm color palette, and a modest, streamlined structure that complements the natural landscape. Interestingly, the lighthouse was one of the first structures completed in Lustica Bay. and thus served as a symbol for a new community. Located on the southern tip of the peninsula, Herceg Fortress is a historic coastal fortification positioned to guard its once ancient settlement. It was constructed in the 1800s when the Austro-Hungarian Empire controlled much of the surrounding region, being part of a network of fortifications. Yet despite its formidable construction, Herceg Fortress never saw actual combat, as its presence alone successfully acted as a deterrent. Right off the coast of Herceg Fortress is the island of Ulcinj, known for its historic chapel and connection to local religious traditions. At the heart of the island is the chapel of Our Lady of Mercy, built in the 15th century. This Roman Catholic chapel is dedicated to the Virgin Mary and has long been a place of pilgrimage and prayer for locals. One of the island's most cherished legends is about an icon of the Virgin Mary, believed to have once performed miracles and protected sailors during storms. Close to the peninsula is Mamula Island, also known as Lastovica Island. It is most famous for its imposing fort, a circular stone structure with a long and storied past. Built by the Austro-Hungarian Empire in 1853. The fort is named after General Lazar Mamula, who was ruling at the time. Less than a century later, the fort was repurposed by the occupying Italian forces as a concentration camp during World War II, housing over 2,000 prisoners. In recent years, Mamula Island and the fort have been converted into a high-end tourist resort. An extremely controversial transformation that sparked public outcry among the locals. The developers, in response, incorporated a memorial to one of those who suffered there, attempting to address the local concerns while still promoting tourism. Ulcinj is a coastal town with a deep historical significance, dating back over 2,000 years. It was founded by the ancient Greeks who named it Ulcinj. Over the centuries, Ulcinj has been influenced by various cultures, including the Illyrians, Romans, Venetians, and Ottomans, all of whom left their mark on the town's architecture, culture, and traditions. Perched on a rocky cliff, the old town of Ulcinj is a maze of narrow cobblestone streets and whitewashed houses where historical structures have stood for centuries. One of the most iconic remnants of this period is the Ulcinj Castle, a massive citadel that sits atop a hill overlooking the town and the sea. The castle was originally constructed by the Venetians in the 11th century, but was expanded and fortified by the Ottomans. Ada Bojana is a small triangular island located at the mouth of the Bojana River. Formed by the river's flow into the Adriatic Sea. It is famous for its natural beauty, laid-back vibe, and nudist-friendly beaches. Skadar Lake, located on the border between Montenegro and Albania, is the largest lake in the Balkan Peninsula and a remarkable natural treasure. It spans approximately 530 square kilometers, with about 2/3 of the lake lying within Montenegro and the remainder in Albania. Its shores have been inhabited since ancient times, as it is dotted with historical and cultural sites, including religious sanctuaries such as the Kom Monastery. On a small hill that rises above Skadar Lake, the Kom Monastery is a significant but secluded monastery, only accessible by boat. It dates back to the 14th century, during the period when the region was under the rule of the Zeta Kingdom. It was established as part of the spread of Orthodox Christianity in the area, and its construction was likely influenced by Byzantine architectural styles. The Rijeka Senajevica is a small but historically and naturally significant river, flowing through the country's Skadar Lake National Park before emptying into the lake. The river is named after the Senajevica dynasty, a medieval royal family that once ruled the Zeta region, which is now modern-day Montenegro. They used the river as a key transport route, as it provided a way to connect the inland with the Adriatic coast. The family's capital, Cetinje, was located further inland, and the river played an important role in trade and communication. Above the river is the scenic viewpoint of Pavlova Strana, which is considered to be one of the most famous, picturesque spots in the country. From here, the winding curves of the river can be witnessed as it flows toward the lake, creating a dramatic S. The viewpoint is named after Pavel, or Pavlova, a local man who, according to legend, once lived in the area. There are different versions of the story, but the name stuck as a tribute to this historical figure, or possibly to a local family connected to the region. Vierpazar is a small, picturesque village located on the southeastern shore of Skadar Lake and serves as a main access point to the surrounding national park. The village also served as a significant trading and transport hub for the region, especially during the Ottoman Empire's rule over the Balkans. Not much further away, Herceg Fortress overlooks both Vierpazar and Skadar Lake in a state of ruin. Constructed during the Czernojevic dynasty, the fortress served as a military outpost for the ruling family, but it gradually fell into disrepair once the region came under Ottoman control. Due to this history, one of the most enduring legends surrounding the fortress is the tale of hidden treasure. According to local folklore, a great treasure was hidden somewhere within it to protect it from the invading Ottoman forces. Tivat, known for its scenic beauty, Mediterranean climate, and modern development. The town has emerged as one of the most popular and sought-after destinations in the region. Within Tivat, there is the Porto Montenegro, a luxurious world-class marina and resort complex. Renowned for its exclusive appeal, Porto Montenegro has become a key player in the Mediterranean yachting industry. Originally a military naval base established during the Yugoslav era, the site was repurposed for commercial and recreational use after the country gained independence in 2006. It is home to one of the largest yacht marinas in the Adriatic Sea, with 300 berths for yachts, ranging from small sailboats to some of the largest super yachts in the world. Close to Tivat is the island of Gospa od Milosti, most notable for its church with the same name. The church is one of the oldest and most important churches in the region, built during a time of Ottoman and Venetian influence in the area. The church is specifically associated with the Christian faith and has been a site of pilgrimage for centuries. It is dedicated to Our Lady of Mercy, a title used for the Virgin Mary about her role as a compassionate and merciful figure in Christian theology. The church features traditional Mediterranean architecture built with local stone, with elements typical of the Romanesque and Baroque styles. Cetinje is a historic town that serves as the old royal capital and cultural center. Situated in the Cetinje Valley, at the foot of Mount Lovcen. The town was founded in the 15th century and became the capital of Montenegro in the 18th century up until 1946. Located in the town is Cetinje Monastery. Founded by the last ruler of the Crnojević dynasty, Ivan Crnojević. The monastery is the center of the Montenegrin Orthodox Church and is considered one of the most sacred sites in the country. It has served as the spiritual home of Montenegrin rulers, including the Petrovac Njegoš family, and it holds an important role in the Christian history of Montenegro. Lovcen Mountain is one of the country's most iconic natural landmarks. offering a stunning landscape of rugged peaks, deep valleys, and spectacular vistas. The mountain also holds immense cultural and historical significance. Particularly due to the presence of the Niksic Mausoleum at its peak. The Niksic Mausoleum is dedicated to Peter II Petrovac Niksic, Montenegro's beloved Prince Bishop, poet, and philosopher, who is considered one of the country's greatest leaders and thinkers. He was not only a political leader, but also a national figure who played a central role in the country's independence. His literary works, particularly his epic poem, The Mountain Wreath in English, are cornerstones of Montenegrin literature and are considered symbols of national unity and resilience. The mausoleum itself was designed by Ivan Meštrović, one of the most renowned Croatian sculptors, who is famous for his works that combine artistic mastery with national symbolism. The building is made of stone and marble, with the interior content paying tribute to the life and legacy of Niksic, as well as housing his tomb. Situated on the outskirts of Cetinje, Kosmak Fort stands as a symbol of Montenegro's resilience and its long history of defense and independence. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, Montenegro was involved in a continuous struggle to maintain independence from the Ottoman Empire and other regional powers. Initially, it was constructed to strengthen the Ottoman Empire's control over the region. However, the Montenegrin forces, particularly the Petrovac Niksic dynasty, later used the fortifications for defense during Montenegro's struggles for independence from the Ottomans. Bar is a port city located along the Adriatic Sea, playing a key role in the nation's trade, commerce, and tourism. It has a history that spans over 2,000 years, with evidence of its settlement dating back to the Illyrian and Roman periods. The Orthodox Church of Saint Jovan Vladimir is a notable religious site dedicated to one of the most revered saints in the Orthodox Christian tradition, particularly in the Balkans. It is built in the typical Byzantine-style architecture. characterized by its dome structure, arches and stone walls, while still reflecting traditional Orthodox Christian elements. The port of Bar and its lighthouse are two key features that contribute to the city's maritime identity. The port serves as the largest in the country, handling both cargo and passenger traffic, making it a crucial gateway for trade and tourism in the region. In fact, it serves as the country's primary maritime trade center, as it connects Montenegro with international trade routes, particularly with Italy and Albania, through ferry services. It is also an important passenger port, with regular ferry connections to Bari, Italy, and other Adriatic destinations. The Bar Lighthouse is situated at the entrance to the port, standing as a crucial navigational aid for ships entering and exiting the harbour. Local legend says that in the early days of the lighthouse's operation, the keepers and their families would often share stories of strange happenings in the stormy seas. A few kilometers inland is the medieval settlement of Bar, also known as Stari Bar. The Romans are believed to have established the first settlement in the area, though it was the Byzantines who turned it into a fortified town. By the Middle Ages, Stari Bar became the capital of the Zeta region, which later evolved into the Duchy of Montenegro. The town flourished during the Venetian rule, which brought architectural changes and new fortifications. However, it was during the Ottoman Empire's rule that Stari Bar reached its zenith, before gradually being abandoned after a series of devastating earthquakes and wars. One of the most famous landmarks of Stari Bar is the Roman aqueduct, which was used to bring water into the town from a nearby spring. There are also the ruins of the old fortress, a medieval fortified settlement that has been around since the Roman period and was reinforced by the Ottomans in the 16th century. It also had a water reservoir that was essential for surviving sieges, and a fortified gate through which entry to the town was controlled. Herceg Novi, known for its stunning setting between the dramatic slopes of the Ulcinj mountain and the crystal-clear waters of the Adriatic Sea. It is often regarded as one of the most beautiful and historic towns in the region. The old town of Herceg Novi, dating back to the Middle Ages, is a charming labyrinth of narrow streets and picturesque stone houses. The Venetians left their mark on the old town during their rule in the 15th and 16th centuries. And their influence can still be seen in the architecture, particularly in the walls, arches, and clock towers. The Karnli Kula fortress, translated and often referred to as the Bloody Tower, was once used as a prison by the Ottoman rulers. The tower is infamous for the torture and executions that occurred within its walls, as its prisoners, often rebels or dissidents, were held under harsh conditions. According to local legends, the bloodshed that occurred here was so frequent that the stones of the tower were stained red. The Fort Mara Fortress is another historic landmark in Herceg Novi. Located at the edge of town, close to the sea, it was originally built by the Venetians in the late 17th century. Although it underwent several modifications and expansions under Austrian and Ottoman rule. Today, Fort Mara is an open-air museum and a popular spot for visitors interested in military history. Located on a hill above the town is the Fortress Spaniola, a key component of the Ottoman Empire's defensive system during their rule. The name Spaniola is believed to derive from the Spanish word for Spanish, possibly referring to the Spanish military engineers or their influence in the construction of the fortress. However, it could also be linked to the Spanish presence in the Mediterranean during the period of the fortress's construction. The fortress's layout is characterized by its large, open courtyards, with several layers of defensive walls and underground passages. Designed to protect the defenders and supply them with provisions in case of siege. The outer walls of the fortress are reinforced by bastions that provide optimal vantage points for attackers and cannons, offering protection from naval attacks and land invasions. Savina Monastery, located just outside of Herceg Novi, Montenegro, is one of the oldest religious sites in the region. Founded in the 11th century, the monastery was established by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I. Though its documented history dates back to the 13th century. The name Savina is thought to be derived from the word Savi, which refers to the Saint Sava or Sava, an important figure in the Serbian Orthodox Church. The Bay of Kotor, also known as Boka Bay, is often described as one of the most beautiful bays in the world. The bay is the largest natural harbour in the eastern Mediterranean and one of the deepest in the Adriatic Sea. Located on the bay is the town of Kotor, once a vital trading port and a centre of art, culture and architecture during the rule of the Venetian Republic. The Venetians heavily influenced the town's architectural style. Which can still be seen in the town's churches, palaces, and fortifications. Uniquely, Kotor is known for its large population of stray cats, which is said to have a special place in the town's folklore. One popular legend tells of how these cats were brought to Kotor by the Venetians to protect the town from rats and other pests that threatened food supplies and homes. The cats are often seen lounging on the old walls, walking through narrow streets, or resting by the town's many churches and palaces. The cats especially flourished in the Old Town, becoming a beloved part of the community. The Old Town of Kotor is a walled medieval city characterized by its winding narrow streets, squares, and iconic landmarks. The city walls that still stand today were built in the 9th century and expanded during the Venetian era. Located in the Old Town of Kotor is one of the most prominent landmarks, the Cathedral of St. Tryphon, a Romanesque-style place of worship. It was built in the 12th century and dedicated to St. Tryphon. The patron saint of Kotor and Christian martyr, who was executed for his faith in Asia Minor in the 3rd century. High above, overlooking the town, is the Kotor Fortress, also known as St. John's Fortress. The origins of the fortress can be traced back to the Middle Ages, although its construction spans several centuries. The Venetians are credited with much of the current structure, having significantly fortified Kotor during their rule from the 15th to the 18th century. However, evidence suggests that the site of the fortress has been important since Roman times, as there are remnants of earlier fortifications on the site. The most notable feature of Kotor Fortress is its well-preserved walls, which still retain much of their original design and appearance. One local legend suggests that the walls were built with the help of miraculous forces, and that Saint Tryphon himself helped guide the construction. Podgorica is a prosperous maritime town, with many of its residents being involved in shipbuilding and naval trade. The town has a strong seafaring tradition, and some of its most notable historical buildings were constructed during the 18th century, a period when the town was at its peak. It boasts a wealth of beautiful Venetian-style buildings that line the shores of the Bay of Kotor. Towering above the town, with an impressive blend of Baroque and neoclassical architectural styles, the Church of the Birth of the Blessed Virgin Mary is known for both its size and beauty. Work officially began in 1804 under Venetian architect Bernardino Maccaruzzi, and it faced many interruptions and was finally completed in 1908. It is unique among Montenegrin churches, as its grand facade is adorned with columns, arched windows, and intricate carvings. The church's twin towers and central dome rise high above Podgorica, making it visible from various points across the Bay of Kotor. Inside, the church houses several beautiful altars, marble columns and frescoes that depict scenes from the life of the Virgin Mary. The interior's grandeur is complemented by numerous stained glass windows that fill the church with soft, colored light. A collection of religious artifacts and artwork can also be admired inside, including paintings from prominent Montenegrin and Italian artists, as well as many sculptures and altarpieces crafted by artisans from Venice. Nearby, there are the ruins of the old parish church of Podgorica, a smaller, older church that has deep roots in the town's religious and cultural life. The old parish church is a simple, traditional stone structure, characteristic of early coastal Montenegrin architecture. Ulcinj is one of the oldest settlements along the Bay of Kotor. known for its deep historical roots, stretching back to Illyrian times, which was around 400 BC. It was once the capital of the Illyrian kingdom and ruled by Queen Teota, a famous Illyrian queen known for her resistance against Roman expansion in the region. The Romans eventually conquered Ulcinj, and it became part of the Roman Empire, which introduced new cultural and architectural influences. Perast, a stunningly preserved historic town, known for its elegant Baroque architecture and old stone palaces, often referred to as an open-air museum. Its stone buildings with arched windows, red-tiled roofs, and elegant facades are its most distinctive features. St. Nicholas Church is one of the town's most notable landmarks, as its imposing bell tower is an iconic part of Perast's skyline and offers some of the best views of its surroundings. The church was built on the site of an older church dedicated to St. Nicholas, the patron saint of seafarers, reflecting the town's strong maritime legacy. Just off the coast of Perast, situated on an artificial islet, is a historic church known as the Lady of the Rocks. It has a fascinating and mysterious origin, steeped in legend. According to local law, on July 22, 1452, two fishermen from Perast discovered an icon of the Virgin Mary and Child on a small craggy rock in the bay. They proceeded to take the icon to Perast, but it miraculously returned to the rock the next day. Interpreting this as divine intervention, the townspeople vowed to create an islet there and build a church dedicated to the Virgin Mary. To expand the islet, the people of Perast would throw rocks into the sea around the original rock. This tradition, known as the Fashionada, continues to this day, as each year on July 22nd, locals gather in boats to throw stones around the island to reinforce it. Located nearby the Lady of the Rocks is a small, naturally formed islet called St. George Island, which is most famous for its Catholic monastery of St. George. Unlike the more accessible and festive Our Lady of the Rocks, St. George Island has a quiet, somewhat mysterious atmosphere filled with towering cypress trees. The monastery was established by Benedictine monks who built it as a place of reflection, solitude, and religious devotion. Even today, locals believe that the islet has a sacred aura, while some stories even suggest that the islet brings peace to the spirits of sailors and residents who passed away far from home. It also serves as a burial ground, as in the past, several noble families from Perast chose St. George as their final resting place, as they believed the island's tranquility and connection to the church offered a sacred setting for their graves. Durmitor is a charming town on the coast, known for its captains and sailors who contributed to Montenegro's maritime history. During the Venetian period, Durmitor gained prosperity, with local families building stone palaces, churches, and waterfront homes. Many Durmitor families were involved in the trade, with ships traveling as far as Africa and the Americas. St. Matthew the Apostle Church in Durmitor is a small but significant religious site, known for its spire that reaches toward the sky. It showcases a Baroque style, typical of the period in the 17th century, with a beautiful stone facade and arched windows that are simple yet elegant. The church is dedicated to St. Matthew, one of the 12 apostles and the patron saint of tax collectors and bankers, who is often depicted in religious iconography with a quill and a book. Durmitor National Park is one of Montenegro's most stunning natural wonders. Known for its rugged mountains, deep glacial lakes, and expansive forests. Located in the northwestern part of the country, it is primarily covered by dense forests of pine, spruce, and fir. While the skies are dominated by the towering peaks of the Durmitor mountain range. It is most notably home to a series of glacial lakes, such as Lake Zimienia Jezero. Lake Zimienia Jezero is a high-altitude glacial lake formed during the last ice age, surrounded by steep, rocky slopes and thick woodlands. One of the most distinctive features of the lake is its emerald green water. The name Zimienia Jezero, meaning Snake Lake in Montenegrin, is thought to derive from the lake's historical association with snakes such as the grass snake. According to local legends and folklore, the area around the lake was once inhabited by a large number of these reptiles, though they are less common today. Other than lakes, there is the Tara River Canyon, which is famous for being the deepest river canyon in Europe and the second deepest in the world, right after the Grand Canyon in the United States. The canyon is formed by the river cutting through the Durmitor and Sinjajevina mountain ranges. In many parts, the Tara River is a narrow, fast-flowing waterway, with areas of calm, emerald green pools. The canyon is also dotted with limestone caves, waterfalls, and small rapids. Located over the Tara River Canyon is the Tara River Bridge, which is one of the highest and most impressive bridges in Europe. It was constructed between 1937 and 1940 by Yugoslav engineers during the Kingdom of Yugoslavia as a way to connect the north and south of the country. This was mainly to improve transportation routes and facilitate travel across the rugged terrain of the Tara River Canyon. The bridge is a stunning example of Yugoslav architecture, consisting of 5 arches, the largest of which spans 116 meters, creating an elegant curve that gracefully rises above the river below. It also played a significant role in World War II, serving as a strategic crossing point for military forces. The bridge was heavily damaged during the war, particularly during the Montenegrin resistance in 1942, but was later restored. Another reputable lake in the national park is Vražje Jezero, more commonly known as Devil's Lake, which is a mysterious lake surrounded by folklore. According to legend, the lake was formed when the devil tried to drown a local village by bringing the waters down from the mountains. As the waters swelled and caused devastation, the villagers prayed for help, and in response, Saint Sava, a revered Serbian Orthodox saint, allegedly stopped the flood by trapping the devil within the lake. As one of the premier ski resorts in the national park, Savin Kuk offers a variety of winter sports set amidst the Durmitor mountain range. The resort sits at an altitude of approximately 2,313 meters, making it one of the highest ski resorts in Montenegro. It is known for its well-maintained ski slopes, which cater to skiers and snowboarders of various skill levels. While skiing and snowboarding are the main attractions in winter, the resort offers stunning views of the previously mentioned Durmitor Mountains and Tara River Canyon. At the peak of Savinkuk, it provides beautiful panoramic views over the Black Lake, which is one of the nation's most iconic and picturesque natural landmarks. The lake is fed by rainwater and melting snow from the surrounding mountains, which gives it its striking dark green color that also serves as a reason behind its name. It also consists of two interconnected lakes, the Big Black Lake and the Small Black Lake, which its most famous legend is based on. It is said that a pair of brothers who lived in the region long ago had a fierce rivalry, and in their confrontation, the brothers agreed to meet at the lake to settle their differences. Neither could overpower the other, and as they struggled, a violent storm suddenly erupted over the lake, causing the waters to rise and the brothers to drown. Their souls inadvertently split the lake into two, and they were doomed to be forever separated. Near the national park is the town of Blazina, which is often considered a gateway to some of Montenegro's most pristine landscapes, such as Piva Lake. Piva Lake was formed in 1976 after the completion of the Piva hydroelectric dam on the Piva River, which itself is a tributary of the Drina River. The dam was built to harness the river's flow for hydroelectric power production, and as a result the area was flooded, creating a large, deep reservoir. The lake is situated at the foothills of the Piva mountain range, and its clean and clear waters make it a refreshing spot for swimming during the warmer summer months. Then there is Piva Canyon, a deep, narrow gorge carved by the Piva River before the lake was formed, as it winds through the mountainous terrain of the region. Although it has already been shaped over millions of years, the creation of the Piva hydroelectric dam significantly altered the canyon's appearance. The lake now covers parts of the lower reaches of the canyon, but much of the gorge remains intact, with the river continuing its flow through the rugged landscape. Niksic is the second largest city in Montenegro, located in the western part of the country. Its transformation from a small town to an industrial city occurred in the 19th and 20th centuries, and it is now often regarded as the industrial hub of the nation. The city's economy relied heavily on industries like mining, steel production, and aluminium, with some of the country's largest factories and manufacturing plants located in the region. Slano Lake is an artificial mountain lake created by damming the Slano River. Although it's not very large, it is still known for its scenic beauty and clear waters. A story that circulates around Slano Lake is of a beautiful water nymph who lives in the deep waters of Slano Lake. The nymph is said to emerge from the water on calm summer evenings, acting as both a protector and a danger to those who venture too close to the lake at night. Ulcinj is a small mountain town with a unique climate of cool summers and mild winters due to its altitude. It has become one of Montenegro's most popular destinations for both winter sports enthusiasts and nature lovers due to its suitable weather and ski resorts. The town is most famous for its ski resort, Ulcinj 1450, which is situated at an altitude of 1,450 meters. The resort is renowned for its well-maintained ski slopes, which cater to skiers and snowboarders of all levels. Ulcinj 1450 provides a fantastic environment for winter sports for both beginners and experts. With stunning views of the surrounding mountains. Just a short distance from Ulcinj lies Biogradska Gora National Park, one of the oldest and most beautiful national parks in Europe. Established in 1878, this national park is a protected biosphere reserve and is famous for its primeval forests, which are among the last remaining of their kind in Europe. These ancient forests have remained largely untouched for centuries, and in some areas, they are believed to have existed since the last ice age. The park is home to a mixture of beech, fir, pine, and spruce trees, some of which are over 500 years old. At the heart of the park lies Biogradska Lake, a stunning glacial lake with a clear, reflective surface that mirrors the surrounding forests and mountainous peaks. Although the winters in the Białogradska Gora region can be harsh, Białogradsko Lake rarely freezes completely. According to local legend, Białogradsko Lake is considered a sacred site for the mountain communities that live nearby. In the past, it was believed that the lake had mythical powers, and people would travel to the lake to seek spiritual guidance or healing. Carved by the Moravca River. The Moravca River Canyon stretches through the mountainous region of central Montenegro, with its walls formed by limestone. The canyon has long served as an important route through the nation. For centuries, it was the main passage for trade and travel between Podgorica and the coastal towns of Montenegro. Even today, the canyon is traversed by the E65 road, which provides access to the northern and southern regions of the country. Podgorica is the capital city of Montenegro, located in the central part of the country. As the largest city, it serves as the political, economic, and cultural hub of the nation. The city is a blend of Soviet-era architecture, modern buildings, and historical landmarks. The Millennium Bridge is a modern suspension bridge over the Moravca River that connects the northern and southern parts of the city. Built in 2005, the bridge is not only a functional transportation link, but it is also a stunning example of contemporary architecture, representing a new chapter in Montenegro's post-independence history. It facilitates the flow of traffic between the city's busy districts and plays an essential role in the city's transportation network. A prominent Montenegrin Orthodox cathedral that dominates the city's skyline, the Cathedral of the Resurrection of Christ, serves as a symbol of Montenegro's religious legacy. The cathedral was constructed after Montenegro regained independence in the early 2000s. Designed by Montenegrin architect Velimir Savic to follow a modern Byzantine style. It was officially opened in 2013 after many years of planning and fundraising. The Niagara waterfalls are located just outside the city centre of Podgorica, along the Sijevna River. Despite being named after the famous Niagara Falls in North America, the Montenegrin version of the waterfall is on a much smaller scale, but just as enchanting in its own right. The Budva Riviera is one of the most popular coastal regions, considered to be a highlight of the country's tourism industry. The area is famous for its clear blue waters, picturesque old towns, and golden beaches such as Prujno and Kralješina. Prujno Beach is located in a small bay, surrounded by green hills, Mediterranean vegetation, and rocky outcrops. Although it is relatively small, it is still very well maintained, with clear, calm waters and fine pebbles that gradually transition into soft sand toward the waterline. It offers lovely views of the Adriatic Sea and the nearby Sveti Stefan Peninsula, which is just a short walk or boat ride away. Another popular shoreline is the beach of Kralješina, also known as the Queen's Beach, one of the most exclusive and beautiful beaches in the area. The beach gets its name, Queen's Beach, from Queen Maria Karađorđević of the former Yugoslav royal family, who loved spending her summers on the Montenegrin coast. It is situated near the previously mentioned Sveti Stefan Island. The island is one of Montenegro's most iconic and luxurious destinations. Renowned for its unique charm, historic appeal, and sensational beauty. Its origins date back to the 15th century as a small fishing village, with the stone houses on the island tightly packed and fortified, creating a close-knit community. It remained a traditional fishing village until the mid-20th century, when the government transformed it into a unique luxury resort. Becoming a popular treat for Hollywood stars, artists, and royalty by the 1960s. The island is connected to the mainland by a narrow, sandy isthmus, giving it a distinct appearance. The nearby mainland beach, facing the island, is known for its unique pink sand and pristine waters. Located on a hill above Sveti Stefan is St. Sava Church, a significant yet humble landmark. The St. Sava Church was founded in the 14th century and is dedicated to Saint Sava, the patron saint of Serbia and a beloved figure in the Serbian Orthodox Church. Saint Sava, born in 1175, was a prince and monk who later became the first archbishop of the Serbian Orthodox Church. He is remembered for his role in spreading Christianity and literacy in the Balkans. The town of Budva is one of Montenegro's most iconic towns. Known for its mix of historic charm, beautiful beaches, and dynamic lifestyle, as it combines centuries-old architecture with modern seaside charm. One of the most popular attractions of Budva is Mogren Beach, which is actually made up of two connected beaches, Mogren 1 and Mogren 2, linked by a short tunnel through the cliffs. The beaches are backed by tall ridges, giving them a sense of seclusion despite being so close to Budva's main tourist area. Located near Mogren Beach are the ruins of Fort Mogren, a historic fortress that has been around since the 19th century. Budva is also famous for its well-preserved old town, Stari Grad, a fortified medieval settlement that sits on a small peninsula dating back over 2,500 years. Stari Grad offers a fascinating blend of medieval architecture, Roman influences, and Ottoman elements. With its foundation attributed to the ancient Greeks around the 5th century BC. The old town has been an important centre for trade and commerce in the Adriatic, which is evident in the various architectural styles listed. The Budva Citadel, located at the highest point of the old town, is one of its most prominent features. The citadel is a fortress that has been in place since the Middle Ages, though parts of it originated from even earlier than the Roman period. Within the old town, there is the Holy Trinity Church, a small but significant Serbian Orthodox church known for its charming stone architecture. Built in the year 1804, the church is dedicated to the Holy Trinity and is celebrated for its distinctive Byzantine architectural style and religious artworks. There is also the Church of St. John the Baptist, renowned for its tall bell tower and a history dating back to the 7th century, all while housing a collection of religious icons. Perched along the aforementioned Mogram beach, there is the enchanting statue of the Budva ballerina. The bronze statue depicts a young ballerina in an elegant pose, gracefully stretching one arm above her head and balancing on one leg. Just offshore from Budva, the Sveti Nikola Island is the largest island located just a short distance from Budva's old town and beaches. The island is named after St. Nicholas, a patron saint of sailors and travellers, which gives rise to a popular legend. According to the tale, St. Nicholas was believed to protect sailors from storms and guide them safely across the Adriatic Sea. It is often referred to as Budva's jewel due to its pristine environment and stunning views. Today, it still remains uninhabited, serving as an idyllic getaway. Just a few kilometers south of Budva, there is the quirky village of Bečići, with historical roots as a fishing village. While Budva offers an outgoing nightlife, historic sites and restaurants, Bečići provides a more peaceful retreat with its long, serene stretch of sandy shore. The town of Petrovac is named after St. Peter, and there is a local story about how it got its name. According to the legend, a group of sailors arrived at the bay and found a chapel dedicated to St. Peter. They were so impressed with the place, they decided to settle and name the area after the saint. The Castello Fortress, also known as Castillo, is a historic Venetian fortress, standing as one of the town's most iconic landmarks. The Castello Fortress was built in the 16th century by the Venetians and is still a fine example of Venetian military architecture. It is built from local stone, and though small, it is sturdy with a simple yet effective design, typical of fortifications from the Venetian era. Just off the coast of Petrovac is the small, picturesque island of Sveta Nedelja. Its English name is Holy Week Island, as it was named after the Holy Week in the Christian liturgical calendar, particularly connected to the celebration of Easter. Another island next to it is Katic Island. Although it is uninhabited and somewhat isolated, it is a popular spot for boat trips and excursions. The island can be reached by a short boat ride from Petrovac, and many local tour operators offer tours that include Cottage Island as part of a larger exploration of the nearby coastal islands. Prokletije National Park, located in the northeastern part of Montenegro, is one of the most rugged and wild natural areas in the country. Often referred to as the Accursed Mountains, this park is a stunning example of the Balkan Alps. The park extends into neighboring Albania and Kosovo, making it a part of the larger Prokletije mountain range. Prokletije National Park spans over 16,000 hectares of mighty mountains, deep valleys, dense forests, and alpine meadows. The region is characterized by dramatic mountain peaks, many of which reach over 2,000 meters above sea level. Located within the national park is the Gabe Valley, serving as an ideal escape from modern life due to its secluded location. Surrounded by the towering peaks of the Prokletije Mountains, this valley is known for its unique blend of robust mountains, pristine rivers, and forested plains. Ostrog Monastery is built into the almost vertical cliffs of the Ostrog Mountain. The monastery complex is divided into two levels, the lower monastery at the base of the mountain, and the upper monastery carved directly into the rock face. The upper monastery, where the relics of Saint Basil are kept, is a series of chapels and cells carved directly into the limestone rock. The view from this upper level offers stunning vistas of the surrounding Belopavlici Plain and the distant mountains. The monastery's architecture blends Byzantine and local influences, featuring stone walls, wooden beams, and ornate frescoes. The meanders of the Ceatina River are known for their aesthetic appeal, with green landscapes surrounding the river's winding path. They are a tributary of the Tara River, flowing through picturesque valleys and mountainous terrain, creating stunning, meandering curves along its path. The meanders are a result of erosion and sedimentation over thousands of years, forming a series of dramatic, winding loops and bends. The river and its meanders have been an important feature for the local communities for centuries, providing hot water for agricultural activities, as well as serving as a historical route for trade and transportation. The Zablak Sinojevica fortress is an important historical and strategic site along the shores of Skadar Lake. The fortress is named after the Sinojevic family. The fortress lost its importance over time as the Ottoman Empire expanded its influence in the region and the family's power waned. By the 18th century, the fortress was abandoned and fell into disrepair. Kapetanovo Lake is part of a natural landscape that is serene and less crowded compared to Montenegro's larger, more famous lakes like Skadar Lake. Set in a mountainous area, it is part of a larger river basin system, and it is fed by natural springs that give it fresh, clean water. While Kapetanovo Lake itself may not have a deep historical background like some of the country's other landmarks, it is tied to local legends and the customs of rural Montenegro, since it has been a part of the Montenegrin hinterland for centuries. In fact, its name is believed to be connected to a local legend about a brave and noble captain who once lived in the area and guarded the region during a time of unrest. Near Kapetanovo is Manito Lake, another smaller and lesser-known gem. The lake is situated at a higher elevation compared to nearby areas, which allows it to remain relatively undisturbed and less frequented by tourists. Kotor village is a charming settlement located near the stunning Novi Mountains. The village's location near the Novi Mountains makes it an ideal starting point for exploring this mountain range. It also provides a look into traditional Montenegrin rural life, with stone houses, small family-run farms, and local customs. The village is relatively small, and its residents maintain agricultural practices that have been passed down through generations. The Novi Mountains are known for their jagged zeniths, deep valleys, and unique flora and fauna. Its towering peaks are formidable, some of which reach altitudes of over 2,000 meters. The Komovi region has been historically inhabited by Montenegrin tribes, and many local settlements retain a traditional rural charm. The mountains themselves are steeped in Montenegrin folklore and legends, with stories about mountain spirits, ancient rituals, and the life of early settlers. In the winter months, the Komovi Mountains are also a destination for skiing and snowboarding. The nearby ski resorts of Ulcinj 1450 and Bielasica offer winter sports and stunning mountain views. This is Montenegro, a land full of natural wonders and incredible architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the greatest wonders of Denmark, check out this video.